arguably one of the most difficult missions in the base game, I'm going to show you an easy way to complete a power level 160 4-player Category 4 Fight the Storm. So here we go at the top end of Twine. It's a power level 160 times 4 Category 4 Storm. As you can see, there's no real nasty modifiers on this one. My loadout, I'm using my standard base Kyle in the lead with 84% additional build health, MegaBASE, power modulation, electrified floors to buff slow your roll, and then Cupid's arrow and survivalist. I'm playing this on public, so I've no idea what my teammates are going to turn up with, so let's find out how we get on. So straight away into the mission, just going to look for the location for all of the atlases, and because it's a category 4 there are 4 atlases. It looks like one of my teammates has come and started placing down atlases as well, so that's good. So Atlas A and Atlas D are really close to one another, so my base should easily reach across both of those. So I'm just going to clear down some of the mess between them, place the floors down and connect up the 2 bases. Okay, it's a water storm, so going to be building anything that I think the husks are going to hit out of metal, because a water husk will do double damage to brick, but this floor will be covered, so it's not a problem building it out of brick. Okay, it's always good to clear up some of the mess that's around, improves your sight lines. So just use the turret there to destroy things that are all around, and now we'll get on with the proper build. So again, these floors are not going to get hit by husks, so it doesn't matter that they're made out of brick. And the reason I'm placing the floors there is to ensure base connectivity should any of the other structures around get broken. Okay, the cones all around the atlases, because you can't build a flat side against an atlas in the same way as you can with a retrieve for data. So just cones around all 8 sides, or 8 cones around all 4 sides, and then going to edit these cones then to form a flat topped pyramid. Now this build can be used whether it's a category 1, category 2, category 3, category 4. I build both of the atlases here in exactly the same way as I would in a category 1, 2, 3 mission. So there we go. So now we've got a flat topped cone around, or flat topped pyramid around each one. I'm then going to create arches and put 2 layers of arches at the top. Above the first layer of arches, I'm going to place a floor. Now, if I didn't have enough space to put my atlas to cover 2 bases, I would put my atlas on the top there. Place ceiling gas traps underneath. So what will usually happen is the husks will walk up the side and stand on the top, and they'll get hit by the gas traps. I'm using wooden floor spikes on all of the flat sides and on the top, and they have healed builds attached on them, which just means that if husks start bashing on them, they'll get healed a bit more quickly than just with PowerBASE Knox in support. Okay, so just upgrading as I go. I'm not going to say this is a cheap build. For a category 1 or 2 storm, it's not quite as expensive because you're not building as much, but for a category 4 it's going to cost a fair amount of resources. Because of that, I'm going to use wood for these structures up here. They're not going to get directly attacked by very many husks, so I don't need to worry too much about using metal or brick. And because it's a water storm, actually wood is going to last longer than brick, and it's cheaper and easier to obtain. So there we go. So I'm placing a floor 2 tiles up from the ramps, and then in the corners I'm placing a floor slightly lower down. Now the reason for this is because I'm going to be putting ceiling drop traps above the slopes, and I'm going to be putting electric fields on the corners. Ceiling drop trap will do more impact the higher up it is, so it's better to hang it at least 2 tiles up, if not 3. Whereas your ceiling electric field, you want it to have a bit more horizontal range, so I tend to place those slightly lower. So there we go. On these lower ones I'm placing ceiling electric fields. Just get rid of this floor that I placed accidentally. Finish off the electric fields, and then on these higher ones I'm placing these drop traps. Because it's a power level 160x4 mission, I'm going to use my 144 traps. You don't really need to, you can use 106s, but as I have them already crafted, I might as well use these. Just do a bit more upgrading as I go. Upgrade these wooden structures, although they won't get attacked too much. You might get a lobber or a flinger who throws a few things at it, so it's best to have a tiny bit more additional resilience, and wood is pretty easy to obtain. Good thing about this build is it gives you plenty of practice with your parkour up and down the various different levels, but that also means that you've got plenty of places that you can stand and take cover if you get attacked and you need to heal up. If you find you have a lot of lobbers and flingers, you can place anti-air traps on these structures that have got the electric fields underneath them. I don't recommend placing anti-air traps on top of structures that have got ceiling drop traps, because it has been known to cause lag in the past. Okay, so my teammates seem to have started building the other 2 structures. I'm pretty much done with these. They're done and ready and good to go. I've just placed my banner here. Now if this was a single atlas, I would have just put my base on that. What I'm going to do now is I'm just going to run around and quickly grab some blue glow. It's a Cat 4 mission, therefore it needs 4 blue glow. I'm also going to take advantage of the fact that my teammates are being slow with their builds and farm up some materials as I go as well. So I've come back and I've checked and they're still not ready to go, so off to do a bit more farming while I wait. Place a few extra structures here and there.
That's enough blue glow.
Okay, so I'm not particularly enamoured with how they've built their atlases, but because I'm fairly confident in mine, I'm not going to worry too much about theirs. We can focus our efforts on manually defending those if we need. Okay, so the husks are coming from across there. There don't appear to be very many traps in that direction, so I'm just going to place a few additional traps here. Now these are not part of the core build, just some wall darts. Again, because I don't expect the husks to hit those walls, I'm just building them out of brick. Okay, come over here, we can see we've got a smasher there, power level 250 smasher, has charged the structure, hasn't broken it. That's the advantage of using base Kyle in the lead. The husks tend to stand on the slopes and hit, and that's why we've got the wooden floor spikes there. The wooden floor spikes doing damage to those husks while they're stood on there, and then the tyre traps will come down and knock them over. So we've got plenty of smashes turning up. You can see a corner's gone there, but that's because we had a couple of smashes and a mini boss. I'm not worrying too much about the smaller husks. It's the smashes that are going to cause me problems, and any mini bosses or other types of husk. Here we go, back in the main mission. As you can see, the corner went, or the side went there on the structure, but that was because of the mini boss that came in. But as you can see, there's no damage to A or D, which are the two atlases that I've built around. Another advantage of using this pyramid build is a lot of the propane tanks, or Christmas presents in this case, that are thrown will fall down the side of the ramp and do very little damage. And there we go, category 4, fight the storm, power level 160x4 mission, done the easy way. Thank you for watching.